Hi Virgo, welcome back. You guys came out as the sign that should get the reading first, so we'll dive in. Virgo, successful funding, and maybe you've been isolating or like kind of establishing a lot of boundaries, typically with people around you, but it looks like you're coming into successful funding. Your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. Don't allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into reality. Crowdfunding, partnerships, and other investments are available for you. So maybe this is a good time to think about your financial strategy. Think about who you could reach out to at this time as well. We'll dive deeper though for sure. Maybe you're making a solid choice or decision about some kind of passion project or the way that you kind of take leadership in something as well. There could have been a level of maybe tumultuousness that you could have been feeling, which was kind of forcing you to mature emotionally or detach emotionally in some sense. Um, Maybe a level of stubbornness, but let's continue. There's a lot of healing, innovative, unexpected healing coming in today. Uranus vibes here with the star card, which can represent Aquarius, which means something that breaks the norms of the past, right? Something that's very healing, right? Um, yeah, Ace of Cups. This could be a new relationship with yourself or a new relationship to love in general, and how important self-love is, how important enjoyment is. Everything to do with water sign energy or Venus here. Definitely Venus rules money and business contracts as well. Could be changing your belief systems about these things as well, or maybe you're letting go of the sense of authority that you might have used to have because it was kind of not nourishing you in a physical sense. The Empress is one that invests self-love into themselves and attracts all they desire. They don't really chase, and we can see that in the reverse here, which is kind of a call to kind of maybe adopt a different mindset regarding self-love so that you can attract everything you desire, aligning yourself with the right frequency. You could even be you could have been pulling away from people just to study them or to learn more about how to better communicate with people and how to actually nourish proper social connections or how to go forward. But we'll grab more advice. Virgo, messages for Virgo. We have your life as a canvas, artist, manifestation, and creative accountability. You can see there's so much green and pink there, so that could be part of this. Go ahead and read that as well. This could be about financial opportunities through other people as well, and maybe like you're reconsidering power structures or previous ways of operating, maybe even traumas or a way to kind of come more into your power. You're the artist of your life, and your life is a canvas. Take responsibility for your ability to create. Earth is a planet of manifestation. Your present moment is based on past thoughts or beliefs. So we did see some kind of reference to beliefs there with the Hierophant in the reverse, which seems to be changing, which is really great, especially if you're studying or learning something or just reflecting on your social connections or maybe journaling or reading books about how to better, operate within the organizations you're a part of. Your current thoughts determine your future. What kind of life do you want to create for the future? What are you being called to create? So there could be like eureka moments coming in, which is what the star card can also represent. Reconnect with your manifesting power and align your thoughts, feelings, and actions so the vibration that matches them. So maybe you're really elevating your vibration at this time with more self-love, which is just you're climbing that ladder of frequency up to a better, really positive aura and a really positive. Every thought you send out returns with the power of 3, right? So it's bringing a lot more abundance in your life. You could be healing yourself, healing your physical vitality as well, or your daily routine, maybe even your work life situation balance. It's never too late to start. No experience is required. All you need is an open heart and a mind and consistent daily action. So maybe you're like giving yourself therapy, or you could be studying things, talking with somebody about different strategies. If you're not sure what you'd like to create, start instead with feeling a deep gratitude for all that's good in your life right now. State out loud what you're most thankful for and look for the good in your life. And one thing will be certain, you'll find yourself attracting more and more good experiences into your world. So you're just enjoying life, really focusing on how important pleasure is, because that in fact impacts your body and the frequency that it sends out in the world in the future that you manifest, right? This card is inviting you to see your entire life as a canvas, and the picture is completely up to you. Color it with your thoughts and feelings, which is like Pisces is the last zodiac sign. It rules visualization and manifestation. Create the life you most long to live. You may also be called to be more creative in your everyday life. So maybe you're bringing a level of joy. I'm seeing that for a bit in your reading for Virgos, that there is a kind of reliance more on Leo aspects, which is operating from the soul, the heart, generosity, kindness, happiness, joy. The fifth house is all about happiness. It's all about being led by that happiness so that you're led to your destiny. What have you been called to create? How can you express yourself more creatively? And of course, Leo is the lion of the jungle, right? So maybe you're being called to step more into a leadership position, but in a healthy way in some sense. And maybe there's a need to let go of like even old patterns or old methods of exerting your power or something like that, so it's more easy or fluid. We'll go ahead and grab you some chakras. Virgo, most important vital advice for the Virgos to lead them to success, abundance, joy, and happiness. I am worthy of love came out, so maybe that was an issue that you were kind of facing before. You weren't really receptive to emotional connections before, and that could have been limiting the frequency that you can actually. And relationships we learn a lot through, and sometimes we need an external influence, even in astrology, because everything has an opposite polarity. When we can balance everything and all the opposites, that's when we come into true balance and manifestation. I live in my truth. I communicate my truth. I am the truth. Very interesting. So maybe you're communicating with people around you, especially around finances or ways that you might have maybe power structures or power dynamics were at play here, balancing the heart chakra. So the more that you're taking time out to invest in joy for yourself, the better your health should be getting. We'll see if there's any other messages from the wisdom. Virgo's most important vital advice, please. Thank you. Clean it up. Okay. So there is a kind of sprucing up of things. We see a beautiful deer. Maybe you're spending a lot more time in nature, kind of adapting a more like kind or gentle method of something. And you could be really focusing on your own self-esteem at this time, which is really great. Self-love, because the number 2 represents Taurus energy, also ruled by Venus, which is all about giving yourself good food, giving yourself good love, enjoying the sensual pleasures of life, really realizing how that kind of elevates our frequency so that we can attract better and more. And we have to have good self-esteem to enjoy these things, right? Getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, and sweeping away what's no longer needed. So, if you look at Claire Nakti's billionaire nakshatra videos, nakshatras are like Indian, old Vedic, like 3,000-year-old astrology or even older. And she talks about how the void actually calls in more abundance. Sometimes when we clear things out, we're allowing new energy to enter that area, whereas if you're holding on to so much or you're not allowing any new energy to come into your life. So ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home also? Too much work? Overwhelmed? Time to clean house. Every item out of place natters at you. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack takes energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds to unnecessary feelings of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that are lining up for you. Time to clear the air and take a look at your side of the street and say what's on your mind. Sweep away old stuff so that a spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours, to clean up the relationship. Everyone brings some baggage. Sort through what you brought with you and let go of what's no longer needed. Become unencumbered and your relationship will flourish. There's definitely a call, again, to see a higher, larger perspective of something. Sagittarius, I believe, squares Virgo, so it might be a challenge. But again, squares are very dynamic, like kind of steam engine type energy. So the more that you kind of look into more Sagittarius ideals, which is optimism, positivity, even though these might not be supernatural for Virgo, which can be kind of critical or focused and bogged down in the day-to-day details, Sagittarius is further along on the zodiacal journey, so it could bring a lot of abundance. So Sagittarius is also associated with protection, growth of abundance. It's the largest planet in our solar system, so that actually might lead to a level of energy that enters your life. The more that you focus on those things, the more that you let go of things in the past that are not serving you, and maybe lean more into spirituality. Simple things like opening your mail, paying bills, and sorting out your timetable, making lists, or getting organized is what this symbol means when it comes to your work. Make time for yourself too. This card is a sign you may be overburdened and overwhelmed. It's okay to say no. You'll prosper even more if you do. So again, measured kind of progress is important, of course. See what else you need to know before we close this out. Any last messages for the Virgo people placements energy? Any other messages you'd like to convey? It looks like you've been reflecting on past karmic cycles. We do have Venus trine Saturn today, of course. You could be even pulling away from connections that weren't serving you, or kind of understanding, how important Saturn based topics are Saturn is our relationship to the father in our life. It's our ability to enact boundaries, especially regarding work. It's the ability to be the master at work, the boss, right? And there's a need to kind of bring all the pieces back to whole, right? We see the Ace of Cups here, which is this kind of wholesomeness here, and then we have rejection in the reverse, loss in the reverse. So if you've been feeling fragmented for a while, it looks like you're calling a lot of pieces back into coalescence, to like coalesce together, because we can't have our energy spread in every little nooks of our energy dispersed. They say when we go through trauma or any kind of pain, it kind of disperses our light. So there's a need to kind of call it back into a wholesome, and you'll feel more stronger as you do. So maybe you want to YouTube or check that out. Google, do some research, read some stuff, listen to some videos. You can also get the video controller if you like to listen to things quickly. It's an extension on Chrome or whatever you use. But I hope you like this reading. Please hit like, comment, share, subscribe, or hit the Buy Me a Coffee link if you want to leave a tip. If you want a personal reading, you can always message me on Telegram. Thank you. Take care.